Hello, hello, hello. Excuse me. I am sitting here at my desk and I'm excited to share today's Golden Nugget. This one's a good one. It's actually, I try to go by inspiration for all of these messages, and hopefully they're coming to you or whoever is meant to hear them. Um, and so that's why I do it. That's the way I do it, and kind of try and listen. And so, anyways, this one was a great one. It's a good one. I had to come to terms with it early on as I was starting my, I guess, battle with depression. So, if you haven't heard my story, I'll link to the video of my story. It's pretty long and hairy, and I don't know if you want me to cry for the next 10 minutes. But I did suffer pretty deeply with depression and to the suicide point for a very long time. And so when I started, it was like just daunting to think. It was like almost unimaginable that I would ever be able to escape this. And it was hard. I mean, even thinking that I would never escape it made it worse. So I think what you've got to do is, or what I ended up coming to terms with was I had to start small, like real small. And I know a lot of you have probably seen that movie, What About Bob? And in that movie, Bob's psychiatrist teaches him about baby steps. And, I don't call it baby steps necessarily, but it is that kind of idea. It's incremental growth or iterative growth. I'm kind of a computer geek, so we use that iterative robot. But what it means is, and I'm sure you can gather what it means, but it's just growth in increments or progress in smaller increments and rewarding yourself for that growth in smaller increments. And it's a powerful, powerful way to do it. For me, it was like I saw this kid that was like down in the dumps who was ready to let himself go and say bye to it all. And I kept trying to do things that were bigger, that were like more than I could handle at the time, frankly. And it made it worse. It made it harder. It made it feel like, it made me feel like I was deeper down in this hole and I couldn't get out. And when I finally figured out that I could do it in smaller chunks, that I would be able to see the progress I was having, pick a small increment and see the success of me getting to that was awesome, And at first, it was like, it's just so, you've got to give yourself so much space and time and patience to do this. So I'll tell you what I did. And this is just, this is how it works. This is one way you could do, depending on where you're at in this whole struggle. For me, what I did was to say, and if you haven't heard this other story yet, it's about the first message, really, that my mother gave me that planted the seed of gratitude in me. And I can link to that too. But this is about that story. So what she said, and I'll repeat it briefly, is, she came in when I was crying one day, and they didn't really know how to deal with what I was going through. But she told me a story of a man who had depression, and he felt like he needed to do something, kind of like we all do. And he decided that he would just go out, and maybe someone gave him the advice. I can't remember the story, but someone told him to go out and just start looking at things and seeing what you liked about the things outside in your world. So he drove down the road and he looks at the stop sign and he says, "Oh wow, I like the red in that stop sign." And then he keeps driving down the road and he sees a tree, a beautiful pine tree or something. He says, "Oh wow, I like the green in that pine tree." Or the grass and the lawn, or the flowers in the flower bed, things that are easy to appreciate. That's what he started out with. And from there, it went into, physical things about people, like, oh my gosh, I like that person's coat, I like their shoes, I like their face, their nose, I like the style of their hair. And this keeps growing, and what starts to happen is you bring gratitude and appreciation into your life in this very simple, playful, and obtrusive way. So, for me, what I did using this iterative process after I had basically, I felt like I had nowhere else to turn because originally when my mom suggested this, I was like, oh, this is the dumbest idea. This will never work. Like, I felt like I was so far gone from something like that that it would just never work, and I wasn't gonna do it. But eventually I got so desperate that I said that I would try anything. Frankly, I would try anything. So I tried it and I started doing it. And what helped me stay on with this and keep on doing it was to use it incrementally. So what I would do is pick, and this helps. It's hard for me. I mean, I've been a scattered person, but if you pick, like, say, today I'm going to pick 3 things that I find beautiful out in the world, right? And then you can check those off. So that is iterative. That is a an increment. So now you've done 3. And you can say each day I'm going to find 3 things that are beautiful outside in the world. And then next week you can say I'm going to find 4 things. Or you could say I'm going to find, heck, that was easy, I'm going to find 10 things. And then you could say I can find 10 things that I love about, someone out there in the world. And then it goes to 10 things about, your friends, or 10 things about your students or your teacher, or 10 things about your wife or your children, and it just keeps growing from there. And you use it in this incremental way, and you're able to see your successes based on that. Seeing and celebrating your success is so important. We're going to do some videos on celebration because celebrating your success is profound and awesome, and you should be doing it. Every little step along the way, you should be celebrating your progress. Especially, how far deep down in the dumps many of us have been. These little things are really hard. They seem so silly and so stupid, but they're hard. So you should celebrate yourself and should celebrate having done this. I'm proud of you. If you're out there doing it, trying it, making a joke out of yourself, I think it's awesome, and it's going to serve you well. You're going to get over these issues much faster if you're willing to be playful with it and take it on and try it. So there you go. That's it. Try it with, try those incremental growth. Try it, baby steps and all that fun stuff. And I love you guys. Hope it works. We got lots more good stuff coming up. I wish you the very best. Love you. Cheers. Bye-bye.